Zeeshan, can you hear me?
Yes, Kevin. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm doing good. Yourself?
Fine. Thank you. And thank you for inviting me
Yeah,
once more.
absolutely. I saw the breaking news this morning and thought I should absolutely get you on another space call to see what we have going on here. So I saw the news article this morning that Quantum bought some more Bitcoin.
So, yeah, it's basically part of our ongoing effort to diversify, you know, and to hedge against the dollar, especially, right?
Absolutely.
Especially with, I guess, the Ripple case was dropped yesterday. So we just don't have Bitcoin. We have the most, we have Bitcoin, of course, but we have Solana and Ripple as well,
Oh,
for
wow.
example. So this is just that part of our ongoing strategy to diversify, and also we want to be able to take future financings in crypto as well and do transactions in crypto. So it's parts also, we've established our wallets where with the proper custodians, and made sure that we follow proper procedures so that we don't have any problems with our audits, right?
Sure. Oh,
So
absolutely.
so this was just another. This was the third tranche that we did, and we, I guess, bought our treasury in crypto to 3.5 million US now.
Amazing. 3.5 million in crypto, and no debt for the company, correct?
Know that.
That's fantastic. I'm looking at the numbers as far as the 52-week low that your stock went to because of the manipulation, and your company was pretty much worth that in crypto now. So, uh, as far as our last conversation on just wrecking the naked short sellers and the manipulators of your company, you are going kind of with the Ryan Cohen strategy of acquiring assets or dollars or something to where your market cap is gonna keep going higher and higher for the low it can go, because eventually it'll be worth more in assets and then the stock can go down. So, yeah, when I saw the news this morning, I was like, "That's fantastic," after our last talk as far as, the market manipulation goes of, you know, you being able to kind of battle that on your own before regulation comes through, you know?
We're trying, as you know, we've filed a case with the courts, right? And the banks have filed a motion to dismiss, and we have, um, by the end of, I guess, April to reply to that, and then the procedure will continue. So yes, we have seen sufficient evidence, let's say, from the data that was collected and then analyzed by the world industry leading experts, um, to be able to file a case and to get the law firms to take this case on contingency. But having said that, so 4th and 6th February were just out of whack, right? On
Oh,
a
yeah.
million share float, it was 80 million shares traded on a $10 million market cap, $500 million. But even recently, without any news, Kevin, on Monday, if you saw, there were 9 million shares traded. That was, actually sent me, and this is crazy. Someone actually sent me a screenshot of a question that they asked Grok, that how is it possible, and this is Grok 3, right? How is
Mhm.
it possible for QNTM to trade 9 million shares on a float of 1.6 million shares, let's say? And the answer by Grok, let me pull it up, is This is exactly what the conclusion that Grok has given. The mathematical odds of QNTM trading 9 million shares without naked shorting are vanishingly small, likely less than 0.02%. Imagine that. Assuming no extraordinary catalyst, and there was none. Um, then it goes on to say if no major news emerged today, the probability approaches zero. So 4th and 6th February, okay, we had news, but still it was just out of whack, what happened. But Monday we had no news.
Yeah,
I don't understand even, but what can we do? This is the world we live in, I guess.
yeah. I mean, your company went up 100% in one day on, see, probably 8 times the real float of shares traded in that day, which obviously Grok said is almost absolutely impossible without naked shorting, and I agree. And no news. And then today, you announce the news that you have a $3.5 million pile of crypto on the balance sheet, and the stock's only traded 370,000 shares.
Yeah, I don't. You guys are the experts. Me, I'm a rookie. I barely understand. This is like I don't know what the hell is happening, honestly. Except that the experts we hire, they tell us, okay, and then you know we take steps according to that.
Sure. I'm looking at the chart too. You also had a massive movement in the very beginning of August too, which is 6 months almost to the day of when the February launch happened. And it could be that your company is in a basket with all the naked shorts that are going through these cycles
So,
of massive volume and
so
volatility.
that was also kind of a little fishy because we had announced that we are going to we had to reverse we were being shorted, so we believe so heavily that the price was under 10 cents, and if I had not, we never want to reverse the stock, never ever, but we are forced in such ways that we have to. So the price was under 10 cents and it would have been 10 days, and the Nasdaq rules.
Hmm.
They send you a delisting notice. So we had announced that we will be reversing the stock on 15th of August. And then 9th of August, suddenly this event happened on some news. There was some news, but I think they also do whatever they do if they do under the pretense of when a news comes out. But that was crazy. On a 65 million share float, 1.3 billion shares traded that day. It was nuts. No,
Unbelievable. Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, 1.3 billion. Yeah, yeah. 1.4 billion shares traded that day. It was crazy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm looking at the chart right now. The day before was in the fours, and the next day it was touched $24. Like,
It's unbelievable. So, anyways, I think things are in the right direction probably with this administration. Let's see what happens.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I have very high hopes for it, but not trusting anything until I see more news coming out uh, that they are going to start taking action on this.
yeah, well, we are hopeful. The lawyers that have filed the case, I've had a chance to speak to them, and these guys are doing this for 21 years, and they've gone through several administrations, and even they feel that this is one of the, I guess, the most positive times they feel that some actions may be taken to curb this kind of activity.
Good. Good.
So let's keep our fingers crossed, Kevin.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the market cap and price right now, and if stocks at $7.29, and if your lawsuit goes through and the proof of the naked shorting of your company, you know, gets justified for the 700 million, your stock price is going to be $700 a share from $7.
Well, when they started shorting, it was, I mean, I'm speaking post split here. It was $474 or something. Okay. So the company was over $1 billion in market cap at one point. Imagine the kind of stress and the adventures I have to go through. I've taken I've taken the I don't have a answering machine on my phone. So you can imagine the kinds of calls that I was getting throughout the years when this was happening, and um, filing this case is gotten me some relief because now I can tell people who were calling me, look, it wasn't just us not performing. We were performing and even not getting any results, but at least now we're fighting back to get some retribution. Maybe
Good.
I'll put on an answering machine back at some point, maybe. But I've had to take that off for a long time now because of those reasons.
Speaking of answer machine, last time we talked, you said banks and brokerages had been calling you up asking you to give them shares and that, they would purchase them from you. Have any of the brokerages continued wanting to have more of your shares?
Yes, yes. I mean, I won't take any names, but as recent as the same day on Monday, I got a call and an email from two, and they said if we needed any financing, they're happy to do it, and the terms were great. But I told them we have it under control. The company has sufficient amount of money, and there is no urgent need. So, so,
Sounds like there's an urgent need for them
so
to
seems
find more
like it.
shares.
I never used to get calls unless these liquidity events like on 4th February. Yeah, I got 15 calls, right? And 6th February, and then on Monday, the same thing. So let's see. Let's see what happens. But yeah, that's the situation.
Unbelievable. I'm looking at the data on my trading desk right now, and uh, there's only 16,000 shares available to loan on Quantum. I mean, it's traded 20 times that today, and the fee rate to short the stock is 442%.
Oh my God, maybe I should loan out my shares. I didn't know that. That's a
For
pretty attractive return.
that's
I'm just joking. I won't do
unbelievable.
that ever. Just joking here, but that's amazing. Um,
Yeah.
s-
Yeah, and they can't find any. I saw, I think it was Tuesday and Wednesday, there weren't even shares available to loan out. All shares were taken in Quantum, and even though the rate was still above 400% to borrow, anyone wanting to try and short right now is just getting murdered on fees every
hmm,
single day. So,
I guess
yeah,
that's a good thing for
exactly.
quantum. For quantum. Um, but great, great. This is great, Kevin. Thank you for having me. I told you
Appreciate it.
I had to hop on some other call, so it's always a pleasure. We'll keep talking. I'll keep you informed of progresses whenever they happen. But always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zeeshan. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Unbelievable. Uh, the volume, speaks for itself on naked shorting, 10, 20, 30, 80 times the float trading on these single days, some with news, some without. Uh, 1.4 billion shares traded in one day with a 400% gain last August. I mean, these shorts are, uh, I would assume, extremely nervous. Brokerages calling Zeeshan for shares and financing. Uh, yeah, someone messed up. Uh, I know Zeeshan can't tell us, but I'm curious if UBS, with their recent news, needs a couple million shares of Quantum. I can't believe there's absolutely like no volume today on breaking news with the Bitcoin buys, and you know, 8 times the float volume on Monday with absolutely no news. Uh, I would keep your eye on this one. Like I was saying to Sean, if that $700 million lawsuit against Naked Shorting his billion-dollar company to 10 million market cap goes through, this thing is could go to the absolute moon. Um, I'm gonna hop off. I have to work for the morning, everyone. Keep your eye on this. There's absolutely no recommendation to buy or sell quantum stock, QNTM. Do your own due diligence. This is just for informational purposes. Me interviewing Zeeshan to see the news that came out on the Bitcoin buy. So do your own research, due diligence, and then might have a space call after market close today. I'll see you all then. Thank you.